What is going on, everyone? Scrub Supreme here, your coach of the Florida Dirges, bringing you week 2 of the UNPL Season 3. This week we face off against Sunaak and the Texas Tyrunts. Here you can see the teams we decided to bring. His Ursaring was very scary considering I didn't really prep for it since I had an Ursaring. I wasn't expecting it to show up. But other than that, other than the Ursaring, Empoleon looks kind of free here since it kind of walls everything except, like I said, Ursaring and Jolteon. Let's go ahead and see if we can score another win for the Dirges. We're going to go ahead and lead off with Gliscor. First things first, we're going to Gliscor Protect to scout and pop off our Toxic Orb is the game plan, at least, regardless of who he decides to lead with. So good luck to Sunaak, and let's hope for a good battle as he leads with the Meowscarada. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and do the Protect. If he knocks off, it's not going to work, but we'll see. He's going to opt to go for the U-turn instead, which I thought was interesting, but it's okay because we get our Toxic Orb popped off. Poison Heal goes. As he's going to go ahead for a U-turn again while we go Earthquake. I wasn't expecting Levitate on the Weezing, considering I saw Galarian Weezing, my Gliscor. I was expecting Neutralizing Gas, but he brought Levitate, which was pretty good on his part for that reason because I have Earthquake. So Gliscor really can't hit this thing too well. So I'm kind of forced to go out. Empoleon, however, sits on this thing for days. This Weezing won't ever take down Empoleon because you see that little amount of damage that Strange Stream did. Empoleon pretty much gained all that health back. But we're going to go ahead and go for a Flash Cannon. He's not going to stay in, but we went with it anyway. Hoping whatever comes out, we might get a Spit F drop. Who knows? I did forget to nickname my team, though, this week. But it's okay. I apologize. I'll do better. Sorry. And he withdraws it. He goes down to his Tera Captain, Jolteon. Now here I was expecting possibly Tera Ice this week, since I have Gliscor. I know he was expecting Gliscor, but I didn't think he was going to Tera this early against Empoleon. So we went out to Goodra because Goodra does eat a Thunderbolt or whatever, but he does Tera and goes for the Tera Blast, which Goodra is going to take about half its HP if I remember right. So Goodra does not like getting hit by Ice Tera Blast, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and swap Goodra out for the Chien-Pao, which is going to take the Tera Blast relatively well. And thankfully we brought a bulky priority, Chien-Pao, so Chien-Pao is always going to go first, and it can take a few more hits. We brought Rocky Helmet, which will come in handy later on in the battle, you'll see. I'm not going to spoil anything, but, you know. He goes out for the Weezing. Chien-Pao really doesn't do much to Weezing, so we're going to go ahead and swap back out to Empoleon. As we should, every time this Weezing comes out, since Weezing really does nothing to this Empoleon. So we're going to go ahead and Surf. Just whatever comes out, it's going to take a Surf from an Empoleon, which is probably going to deal a lot more than Flash Cannon would anyway. So he's going to go Jirachi. Jirachi's going to take a good chunk, but we got the crit, so I'm not complaining. Empoleon's going to come back to full HP. We're just going to go ahead and swap out into Gliscor, because Gliscor is going to take whatever physical attacks this Jirachi will send, but he goes for the Thunder Wave. Gliscor, regardless, is not going to take it because of the ground typing, so we just gain more health. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Protect here, just to scout what else he might have. See if he goes for anything besides. Obviously, he's not going to go for any Thunder Waves, but it is what it is. Sorry, I cannot talk. But he's going to withdraw. He's going to go out into his Noivern as we gain a little bit more HP. So we're not staying in with Gliscor versus Noivern. I believe we went out to Clefable expecting a Draco. Last week we brought Setup Clefable, if you all remember how that turned out. If you didn't, go watch week 1. But this week we kind of brought more of an annoying hazard setter Clefable. Trying to get rocks up, but he goes back out to Jirachi. Clefable really isn't going to do much to a Jirachi, so I'm going to take this time to try and get my rocks up. Unfortunately, Iron Head flinch. Clefable couldn't throw rocks in the air, but that's fine. I don't want to sit here and just keep taking it, so I'm going to go ahead and swap out into my Gliscor, because Gliscor is going to chew an Iron Head all day. Yum. And I don't remember exactly why I went Toxic here when I know he has Wheezing. I know he's expecting a switch. I was expecting a switch. But why Toxic? I don't remember. Don't judge me too hard for it. It's okay. But he is going to go Wheezing. So Toxic's not going to do anything. So we'll go ahead and swap back out into Clefable. There was probably a couple of misplays I could have done, because I could have easily just went back into Empoleon. I don't remember why I went Clefable. He gets a confusion off on Strange Stream. But I think I wanted to get my rocks up again. But no, I honestly don't remember. So I apologize about some of the bad plays. But we go back out in Empoleon and we're back to our regular scheduled programming. And I say I don't remember a lot of this because I'm recording this video a little bit later than I thought I would. I had a pretty busy week, so I apologize about that. But anyway, and enough about that. He's going to go out into Miascarada as we surf. We're going to go ahead and go into Goodra, see what Goodra can do. I think I was Sap Sipper, so I was expecting a Flower Trick. But he goes for the knockoff, which is going to take down Goodra. Unfortunately, we had a Resto Chesto Goodra this week, but we're gonna swap back out, or go out into Mienshao, and just gonna bulk up on this thing. This week we were Tera flying with our Tera captain. I believe it was for the Miascarada, but we go bulk up. Again, I don't quite remember why I stayed here just to Trailblaze. But we're going to go ahead and hit Trailblaze to get the boost speed. I think I was trying to set up Mienshao to win. But Wheezing is very physically defensive, so really wasn't, in hindsight, the best idea to stay in with Mienshao. I could have just gone back to Empoleon. I think it was one of those cases of over-predicting. Yeah, we're going to go with over-predicting. But we're not going to stay in here. We're going to let Mienshao gain some health back, go back into Empoleon. But this time we're going to predict him to go back out into Miascarada. So we're just going to go ahead and click Ice Beam here, expecting the Miascarada to come out. And we got that correct. So Miascarada goes down here. And this game was actually a lot of fun. It was pretty good back and forth, misplays and all. I had fun with it. And he's gonna go back out and go into Ursaring, not back out. This is the first time Ursaring's coming out. So expecting something like a close combat or an earthquake, I'm going out into Gliscor, which was gonna be the better option. He goes close combat, but he's gonna get his Flame Orb off. So revealing he is the Guts Ursaring, not a Violite. I'm going to go ahead and try and dual Wing Beat, but he outspeeds it, and Facade just murders my Gliscor. And this is when I knew I was in a little bit of trouble, but it wasn't like it was losable, or it wasn't not winnable, if that makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and Mienshao is going to close combat. He swaps out into Wheezing. Wheezing's gonna laugh at that, and we swap back out into Empoleon, rinse, repeat, as we click another Surf. He was gonna try and Will-O-Wisp my Mienshao, which would have been good, which would have been bad if it hit, because that would have crippled my Mienshao. But we're gonna go ahead and Flash Cannon into, I believe, Noivern comes out. No, it was Jirachi. But we're gonna go ahead and Surf, because based on what I've seen, Jirachi really doesn't hurt. And he goes for the Thunder Wave. Unfortunately, he misses. Or, well, fortunately for us, but he gets Vindication on the next turn, so Empoleon is paralyzed, but Empoleon's going to pull through and not let that slow it. Well, he is going to let it slow it down, but not hinder its performance. So we're going to go ahead and he's going to get his Stealth Rocks up. Empoleon's going to finish off Jirachi with Surf, securing another KO for Empoleon. I am actually very happy with Empoleon's performance this season. I'm so happy they buffed it. And he's back. He's been my favorite starter since Gen 4 came out until Skeletors came. But so far it's kind of like a tie. But Ursaring's gonna come out. We're gonna swap out into Mienshao. Mienshao's gonna survive in close combat, and we're gonna go ahead and hit something with a Tera Blast. One last ditch effort for Mienshao. I was hoping he wouldn't swap, but he wants to keep Ursaring as healthy as possible, considering Burn does put it on a timer regardless of the boost that it gets with Guts. So he's going to swap out into Noivern. Noivern's going to take a chunk from Tera Blast, but Mienshao's going to die here to Life Orb. So we're going to go out hard Chien-Pao, Ice Shard, and hopefully take down this Noivern is what was going on in my head at the time. And with that going through, it is now back to even playing board 2-2. It's still anyone's game. He's going to go Weezing. We're going to go Empoleon. As he streams, I'm going to go ahead and click Surf. Kind of spoilery. I'm sorry for talking too fast, but no, I did not go Surf. I went Flash Cannon. Okay. As he swaps out into the Ursaring. Flash Cannon is going to do a good chunk to it. We're going to gain some more health. Burn timer ticking. We're in a very, very tough spot here. But I'm going to go ahead and choose to sack Chien-Pao here, because Chien-Pao is Rocky Helmet. If it doesn't bring it, I'm hoping Rocky Helmet brings it enough to faint or die to burn, but it doesn't quite. It lives on like barely any health. And around here, I realize I don't have priority. If I had a priority type move like Vacuum Wave or Aqua Jet, we won. Because Weezing has nothing to do with it. But it was a fun game. GG to Sunaak. I hope you have a good rest of the season, and I'll catch y'all next week.